Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namini Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandegam Sri Guru Shri Utapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagagana Ragunadanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneswari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarviyascha Kripa Sindhubhyayeva Chapatitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Isvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Hare Krishna. By Lord Sri Krishna's causeless mercy, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita. So now on Sunday morning and Sunday morning India time and Saturday evening US time, we are in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We just started 4th chapter last week. So that is, the title of the 4th chapter is the Transcendental Knowledge. So here, in this chapter, we are going to study a lot about Yajna. In the 3rd chapter, Krishna told us very clearly that any action we perform, it has to be done as an yajna only. Yajna means, the meaning of yajna in Sanskrit is sacrifice, but sacrifice means it's not like sacrificing animals. It's sacrificing the results. That is the main thing we need to understand. So yajna means we are sacrificing the results, knowing very well that those results, they don't belong to us. Those results belong to Krishna. So that way we have to do everything only as an offering unto Krishna as yajna. So in the 4th chapter, we are going to study about different types of yajna Krishna is going to teach us. But now in the beginning of the 4th chapter, we are studying about this yoga, this Bhagavad Gita. This Bhagavad Gita itself is yoga. So if that is the reason, if Bhagavad Gita itself is the yoga, so then we cannot even ask a question that which yoga is good. Is Karma Yoga good, or Bhakti Yoga good, or Dhyana Yoga, or Jnana Yoga? So like that, sometimes the devotees ask the question, but that question itself has no meaning, because this Bhagavad Gita itself is yoga. For us, every sloka in Bhagavad Gita is very important, and we need to do everything what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So then we will be able to achieve that yoga. That's why Krishna at the end is asking Arjuna that Kachiteta Chrutam Partha Tvayekagrena Chetasa Kachit Ajnana Sammohaga Pranastaste Dhananjaya. After teaching this entire Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is asking a question to Arjuna. In fact, Arjuna only asks the question to Krishna that Kim Katam. Like even in the 4th chapter we studied, we stopped with this sloka. In the 4th sloka, Arjuna asked the question that Katam. So like that, like Arjuna is asking a lot of questions to Krishna. But Krishna himself is asking question to Arjuna after giving the complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Kachiteta Shrutam Partha Tvayekagrena Chetasa. Oh Partha, did you hear everything very attentively? Whatever I told you, did you hear very attentively? Kachiteta Shrutam Partha Tvayekagrena Chetasa. Kachit Ajnana Sammohaga Pranastaste Dhananjaya. The sammoha, the confusion, which was arisen because of ignorance. Ajnana sammogaha. Kachit ajnana sammogaha pranastaste dhananjaya. So, are your illusions which have arisen because of ignorance, have they been dispelled? So, kachit ajnana sammogaha pranastaste dhananjaya. That's what Krishna is asking question to Arjuna, that did you understand everything? Did you hear it very attentively? Did you hear the entire knowledge which I gave you very attentively? And everything is clear to you. All confusions are cleared for you right now or not? So like that Krishna is asking. So that way, this entire Bhagavad Gita we need to hear, we need to listen, we need to understand, and we need to follow. Whatever Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that is final for us, and we just have to follow, then we are going to go to Krishna. There is no doubt about it. Krishna himself says many times in Bhagavad Gita that there is no doubt about it. But Arjuna has asked so many questions, so Krishna has given this knowledge in detail actually. In the second chapter itself, Krishna gave us the knowledge that we should use our intelligence to work. We should do our duty using our intelligence so that we can be freed from the karma bandha and janma bandha, the bondage to work and bondage to birth in this way. But Arjuna only asked questions that what is the difference between work and intelligence. So you are confusing me. You tell me you want me to work or you want me to use intelligence, because you are asking me to fight. So fighting here in this battle is not using intelligence. So if you want me to use intelligence, then don't ask me to fight here. If you want me to fight here, then don't ask me to use intelligence. So that's the way Arjuna asked Krishna, because I am confused by your equivocal instructions. You please tell me for certain tell me one thing. Tadekam vada nischitya. Just tell me one thing, whether I should fight or I should use intelligence. That's the way Arjuna is putting the question to Krishna. If you want me to use the intelligence, then I'm not going to fight. If you want me to fight, then I can't use the intelligence, because you are asking me to use the intelligence. So that's the way Arjuna is asking question to Krishna. So because of that, Krishna has to explain in detail that we are all actually in this material world, we are misusing our senses, working senses. Because our mind, when our mind is focused on material sense objects, so then that means we cannot use our intelligence. So that means we cannot control our senses. So that way, Krishna is saying very, very clearly that you focus your mind upon me. So then only Arjuna understood, okay, he has to fix his mind on Krishna. So that means he has to do what Krishna wants him to do. So if you want to fix our mind on Krishna, so that means we should do what Krishna is asking us to do in this Bhagavad Gita. Because this Bhagavad Gita is a science. Every day, every time we are emphasizing on that very much, that this Bhagavad Gita is a science. There is no doubt about it. But in the science of Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is actually guiding us and is instructing us and is giving us very clear directions, and he is asking us to follow his instructions very carefully. That's what is very important. So this is not just a book alone, just a science book, but we need to follow, we need to experiment, we need to do everything as Krishna says in this Bhagavad Gita. So, but we are getting this knowledge. Krishna's mercy, causeless mercy, we are getting this knowledge. Because we have got the opportunity to purify ourselves, our soul. We can purify ourselves means the soul can be purified with this purifier, with this pavitram. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge is the pavitram, the purest knowledge with which we can atma suddhaye, we can purify our atma, we can purify ourselves. And in order to purify ourselves, we just have to follow all the instructions given by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. In order to follow all the instructions given by Krishna, we need to know all the instructions given by Krishna. We need to study and understand this Bhagavad Gita fully, completely, and then follow. And the best way to understand this Bhagavad Gita fully is actually to spread this message, to teach this message, to make many, many devotees. So that way we will be constantly in contact with this Bhagavad Gita, constantly in connection with this Bhagavad Gita, because this knowledge is very, very important. That's why Krishna told Arjuna, Ajnana Sammoga. So because of your confusion, which was arisen because of due to ignorance, ajnana sammoga. So when we get this knowledge, then we will not be bewildered. We will not be confused at all. No sammoha. There is no confusion. So that way, asammuda. Asammuda means not bewildered. So that's also asammuda. We will not be muda. Muda means fool. Asammuda means intelligent, not bewildered. So that way, by Krishna's mercy, if we get this knowledge asesataga, if we get this knowledge asesataga, then we will be asammudaga. Asesataga means completely, because Krishna is teaching this knowledge completely. Jnanam te agamsa vijnanam idam vakshyami asesataga. Asesataga means I am teaching you completely. And this knowledge, if we understand this knowledge completely, then we will not be bewildered. Then asammodagam. So then in that case, we will be asaktaga. Asaktaga means we will not be attached to the results, attached to the material sense objects. So that's why asesataga, asammodaga, asaktaga. So all these things are very important vocabulary we are understanding from Bhagavad Gita. So satatam, always. So always we should be engaged in Krishna's service, and always we should be asaktaga, unattached, unattached, not attached to the material sense objects. So that means always we should be attached to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So that is the way, if we get this knowledge, then we are asammoga, asammuda, asammoga, all such things. So that way, by Krishna's costless mercy, we are getting this knowledge. So now in the 4th chapter, Krishna is teaching us that he gave this knowledge in the beginning to the sun god Vivasva. Because this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is eternal. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge is there all the time. Avyayam. Krishna says that it is avyayam, everlasting knowledge, time immemorial. This Bhagavad Gita is there all the time, and it is applicable all the time, and it is applicable everywhere, not only this earth. Wherever we go, whichever planet we go, whichever body we take, whatever our next birth will be, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is very much applicable to us. Because this is the knowledge about ourself. This is the knowledge about the soul. So we are studying about ourself from this Bhagavad Gita, and when we realize ourself, then Krishna is teaching us that you find happiness within yourself. That is the main thing. So if you find happiness within ourselves by not getting attached to material sense objects, by not seeking external material pleasure, if we just find happiness within ourselves, that means with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, by fixing our mind on Krishna, and that way our mind will not be disturbed at all. So that is what is called happiness within, enjoying happiness within ourselves. Bhagyasparsesu asaktatma vindadi atmani yatsukam. So when we are not attached to the external material sense enjoyment, we will be able to experience internal enjoyment. So internal happiness. So that is the Atma Sukham. So that kind of Atma Sukham, if we are able to experience with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, by completely surrendering ourselves unto Krishna, so then our life will be full of meaning, meaningful life, full of bliss. So that is the opportunity we have got in this world right now. And this is not available for everyone, because this is the most confidential knowledge. It is the most secret, confidential knowledge. Confidential means very, very secret knowledge, this Bhagavad Gita. Rahasyam. So Krishna is revealing this secret to us because we are Krishna's devotees. Because Krishna loves us and we love Krishna and we believe in Krishna. That's why we are able to understand these secrets about this life. So that way we know that we are controlled by the 3 modes of material nature. These 3 modes of nature, gunas, they are very strong and very powerful, and they are divine in nature, and it's very difficult to overcome. And it is possible only by surrendering unto Krishna out of love with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Then only it is possible for us to free ourselves from this Maya. And Krishna is teaching us how to free ourselves from Maya. So once we are able to experience this happiness within ourselves, then that means there is no other duty for us to do. Tasya karyam na vidyate. Yastvatmaratireva syad atmatriptascha manavaga atmanyevacha santustaga tasya karyam na vidyate. So that means there is no duty for us to do. Not only that, we are not answerable to anyone, and we can decide if you want to do, or we can decide if you don't want to do. Either way is fine. Nobody is going to force us. Naivatasya kritenartho na kritenega kaschana. Nachasya sarvabhutesu kaschitartha vyapasya. So that way we will be totally freed. We are completely freed from the force, from the powerful force of this Maya. All such things are going to be possible only just by this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita only, by no other way. We don't have to listen to anyone else. We don't have to follow any other movements or other philosophies, nothing. Just listen to Krishna only. Just listen to only Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. What Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, and just listen to him completely and just follow what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. That's it. We don't have to listen to anyone. Only what we have to listen only to Krishna. Because he is the ultimate authority. He is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is the source of everything. So if we just listen to Krishna only, then that's it. We don't have to worry about anything. So in order to listen to Krishna only, we need to understand what Krishna is asking us to do in this Bhagavad Gita. We need to understand this Bhagavad Gita fully, then only we can listen to Krishna. So now Krishna says in the 4th chapter we studied, in the first sloka, Krishna said that I gave this knowledge in the beginning to sun god Vivaswan, and Vivaswan gave it to Manu, and Manu gave it to Ikshvaku. Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyam Vivaswan Manave Pragam Manu Ikshvakave Abravit. Then what happened? During the course of time, this great yoga, this Bhagavad Gita, this disciplic succession was broken. Evam parampara praptam imam raja rishiyo vidu. Sakale nega mahatto yogo nastaga parantapa. So this knowledge was received through disciplic succession, but during the course of time, this great knowledge was lost. This yoga was lost. So that's why Krishna is saying in the 4th chapter, 3rd sloka we studied, Sayevayam maya tedya yogaga proktaga puradanaga bhattosi me sakacheti ragasyam heta uttamam. So that same knowledge which I gave in the beginning, yogaga proktaga puradanaga, the oldest knowledge which was told by me to sun god Vivaswan. So that yoga, this Bhagavad Gita, that same knowledge I am giving it to you now. I am teaching you now. Sayevaya maya tedya. Adya, today, te, to you, maya, by me, today, by me. This knowledge, same knowledge is explained. Because you are my dear friend and you are my devotee. Bhaktosi me sakacheti ragasyam hi etad uttam. When Krishna said this, when Krishna told this, then Arjuna asked a question. That's what we finished last week. In the 4th chapter, 4th sloka, Arjuna, what question Arjuna asked? Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavatto janma param janma vivasvatah katham etat vijaniyam tvam adau proktavaniti. So Vivaswan is senior by birth. You are junior. Aparam bhavato janma, param janma vivasvataka. He was born millions of years ago, millions and billions of years ago. And now you are born only now. So how am I to understand that you gave this knowledge to Vivaswan in the beginning? Katham nyetat vijaniyam tvam adav proktavan iti. Adav means in the beginning. You gave this knowledge to him. It's a very important question. Now we are starting today in the 4th chapter, 5th sloka. Krishna is continuing. Now Krishna is answering. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna tanyagam veda sarvani natvam veta parantapa. Me, bahuni, many. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani means I have taken many births in the past. That's what bahuni me vyatitani janmani. Bahuni janmani me vyatitani. Many births I have taken in the past. Tavacha Arjuna. You are also Arjuna. So both you and me have taken many births in the past. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacha Arjuna. Tani aham veda sarvani. I know all of them. I remember I know all of them. Tani, all of them. Aham, me, myself, Veda knows. Sarvani, all of them I know. Tani aham Veda sarvani. Natvam veta parantapa. Tvam na veta parantapa. But you don't know. Oh, parantapa, you don't know any of those births. There's the difference between ourselves and Krishna. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. He knows everything. Vedagam samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana. I know the past. Vedagam samatitani. I know the present. Vartamanani charjuna. I know the future. Bhavishyani cha bharata. Vedagam samatitani vartamanani cha bharata. Bhavishyani cha bharata. Natvam veta, here Natvam veta parandapa. You don't know anything. Mam tu veda na kascha. No one knows me. That's what Krishna is saying. So that way, Krishna is the knower of everything. Krishna is the supreme personality of God. But we don't know anything. In this life, whatever we know, it will just end in this life itself. With this life itself, everything ends. Everything is stored in our brain, memory, hippocampus. So where the memory is stored. So we are retrieving the memory which is stored like in the computer. It is stored in different like codes like that. Here also in our brain also it is stored as like electrical and chemical messengers. It's all stored. All the memory is stored, and we are retrieving those memory. We are using that memory. That's how I know you. You know me, and we know a lot of things in this world and all such things. But at the time of death, all the memory will be erased. That's it. Like a computer crashes, then you cannot recover anything. So like that, when we die, everything will just go off with this memory. That's it. We will not remember anything. But Krishna knows everything. Sometimes devotees ask question that I have seen some people have got their past life, they remember all such things. So as per Bhagavad Gita here, as per Krishna here, we don't remember anything. But if somebody remembers something, that has to come from Krishna, because Krishna remembers everything. Krishna is saying that I am the one who is giving the memory. Sarvasya chagam kriti sannivishte mattaga smritir jnanam apoganam cha. That way, if somebody is able to recall about their past life, maybe if only Krishna has to tell, because Krishna is also there in our heart. Krishna is there was there in every life. Krishna is all the time with us, and Krishna knows everything. So here Krishna is saying that you don't know anything. Then in the next sloka, in the sloka number 6 in the 4th chapter, Krishna is continuing. Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam isvaropi san prakritim swamadistaya sambhavami atma mayaya. Ajopi san, I am unborn. Avyayatma means I'm always there. So without deterioration, I'm in Krishna is all the time is there. Avyayatma. So ajopisan avyayatma, bhutanam isvaropisan. I'm the controller of all living entities. Bhutanam isvaropisan. Prakritim swamadistaya. So even though I'm unborn, I'm everlasting, I'm always there, and I'm the controller of all living entities. And Prakritim swamadistaya sambhavami atmamaya. I discern myself using my own internal potential in my original form. That's what swamadistaya. So Krishna is coming here. So Krishna, so that way Krishna's birth is very, very special. We cannot simply compare our birth with Krishna. There is no way we can consider or we can compare the way we are born here and Krishna is born. It is not at all the same. Krishna just comes, that's it. We have to go through the birth, we have to start from a single cell and then divide and all those things and create all our body, organs, everything is developed, and then we have to get delivered in this well. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. He just comes directly. Even though he appeared in the womb of Mother Devaki, but still Krishna just came himself. That's it. So that's what we need to understand. So that's why Krishna's birth itself is divine. Divyam. Janma karma cha me divyam. That's what in the 9th chapter we will study. Next week we will study. So my appearance is divine. My activities are divine. So that way Krishna's birth is very much special. So Krishna himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself comes. So Swayam. So Swam Adhisthaya. So in the Brahma Samhita also, Lord Brahma glorifies Krishna that Ramadimurtishu kalani yamena tistan nanavataram akarot bhuvaneshu kimtu Krishna swayam samabhavat paramapumanyo govindamadi purusham damakam bhajami. So Krishna swayam samabhavat. So Krishna himself comes directly. So that way Krishna's birth is very, very special. So we should celebrate Krishna's Janmashtami, but not our birth. Our birth is not special. We are forced to accept birth in this material world, but Krishna is just coming on his own. So that way Krishna is always Krishna. Krishna is always the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we are always part and parcel of Krishna. We can never ever become Krishna. That's what we need to understand. So now in the next 2 slokas, it's a very famous slokas we study in Bhagavad Gita all the time. So in the 4th chapter, Krishna is saying that why he is taking birth, why he is coming here. So in the 7th sloka, in the 4th chapter, Krishna is saying that Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuttana madharmasya tadatmanam sajamyakam. Whenever there is a decline in righteousness, Dharmasya, yada yadagi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Glanir means it goes down. So whenever there is a decline in the religious principles, that means whenever people don't follow Bhagavad Gita, whenever this dharma is not here established in this world, so Krishna is saying that yada yadagi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuttana adharmasya. There is a predominant rise of religion. So that means no one follows Bhagavad Gita. Everyone follows their own way. They just do all kinds of nonsense, sinful activities in this world. So at that point of time, Krishna is saying that Tadatmanam Srajamyakam. I myself appear in this world. So Krishna, I discern myself. Tadatmanam Srajamyakam. I will come myself here. So Krishna will come here. Whenever there is a decline in righteousness, whenever there is a predominant rise of religion, so at that time, Krishna will come here. And now we also have got the opportunity. Krishna is already here with Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is there everywhere. Also, we are not able to see. That's the main thing. It's not that Krishna left and Krishna is not there, not like that. Krishna is there everywhere. So Krishna is listening to our Bhagavad Gita every day. Krishna is giving us the opportunity to study and serve him. All such things are possible because Krishna is there with us all the time. Because Krishna is there in our heart as the super soul. Krishna has not gone anywhere. Krishna is there within our heart. In everyone's heart as the super soul. So, the next sloka, Krishna is saying that in the 8th sloka, in the 4th chapter, Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya chaduskritam dharma samstapanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. To protect the pious, paritranaya sadhunam, vinasaya cha duskritam, to destroy the miscreants, to annihilate the miscreants, vinasaya cha duskritam, to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, paritranaya sadhunam, vinasaya cha duskritam, dharma samsthapanartaya, to establish the principles of righteousness, dharma samsthapanartaya, Sambhavami yuge yuge. I appear myself millennium after millennium. That's what Krishna is saying there. Sambhavami yuge yuge. So Krishna comes here. Millennium after millennium, Krishna is coming. Krishna is always there. So Krishna, even 500 years ago, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came. Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and gave this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to us, this Bhagavad Gita to us, and everything. Even though Bhagavad Gita was given by Krishna 5,000 years ago to Arjuna, but that Bhagavad Gita we are able to study because it is coming through the disciplic succession and through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then to Srila Prabhupada, and he wrote this Bhagavad Gita as it is. That's why we are able to study this Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, we won't be sitting and studying Bhagavad Gita now, because it's Krishna's mercy. Krishna is giving us an opportunity to study this Bhagavad Gita as it is written by Srila Prabhupada. So that way, this Bhagavad Gita is the Dharma. Asraddha Dana Dharma Purusasyasya Parantapa. Asraddha Dana Dharma. If anyone has no faith on this Bhagavad Gita, then they cannot come to me. Mama Prapya Nivartante Mritu Samsara Vatmi. So this Bhagavad Gita is a Dharma. So now, we have got the opportunity to serve Krishna by spreading this Dharma, by spreading this yoga to everywhere, to make many, many devotees, to make thousands and thousands of devotees, millions of devotees. It is very much possible, because Bhagavad Gita is invaluable, and using Bhagavad Gita as an investment, we can accomplish whatever we want. Anything is possible. Anything, whatever we desire to serve Krishna, we can just achieve just with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. There is no doubt about it. So that way, now, in order to spread this Dharma, it's very important for us to get this knowledge to everywhere, spread this message to everywhere, and make as many devotees as possible. It's very, very important. So then only we can make many devotees. We can serve Krishna. Because this Bhagavad Gita is Dharma. If you identify devotees everywhere and spread this message of Bhagavad Gita, if all the devotees everywhere come together and serve Krishna as a very strong, powerful team, so then we will be able to accomplish lot of service. We'll be able to finish, do lot of service to Krishna. We'll be able to go to Krishna as well, Golok. So that way, this Bhagavad Gita is the ultimate knowledge we have got. This Bhagavad Gita is the Dharma, it is the yoga. And now we need to just get this knowledge to everywhere. We need to study ourselves, understand, and get this knowledge to everywhere and make as many devotees as possible. Then we are going to go to Goloka straight. There is no doubt about it. So by Krishna's costless mercy, we have successfully finished 4 slokas today in the 4th chapter, sloka number 5 to 8. So I will stop now and we'll discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Guruji. Excellent lecture today.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Tapan Patnaik, you can talk with Guruji.
Guruji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
हाँ